my gorgeous Saggies. This is Debs and this is your bonus reading for mid-April 2024. So Sag, as you know, I always try to do this if I've got the time. And I had a really lovely vision coming through for you guys, very powerful. I saw someone standing next to a horse that was all kitted out, saddle on, reins connected, all that kind of thing. And they stood there thinking, okay, I'm going to do it. It's going to be fine. I'm not quite sure which direction I'm going to move in. I'm not quite sure where I'm going. I don't know how long this ride is going to be. I have no idea of the temperament of this horse, but I'm going to give it a shot. But inside, they were sort of really shaky. I can feel the energy. It's as if, what am I doing? This is crazy. This is crazy. It could end up in disaster. But this person valiantly got on this horse, gathered up the reins, thinking, oh my goodness, here we go. They started off at a brisk trot, and then out of nowhere loomed this stream with all these jagged rocks sticking out of this stream. And they thought, okay, let's just do it. And they just pushed this horse on, and the horse stumbled and he nearly fell off this horse, but he got to the other side and okay, right, let's just keep going. And then round the corner was this massive fence. He had to jump very quickly over this fence without really having time to sort of gather the horse together and get the horse on the right foot. It was like, okay, we just got to do it. Go over this fence. And then he came to a beautiful grassy pasture. And he thought to himself, okay, all right, okay, good. I'm just going to take a breather. Just going to take a breather. Going to get off the horse. Going to get the horse some water. Whew, it's okay. I've managed this far. So he sat there for half an hour on the grass, gathering himself together. And then he thought, okay, right, on the horse again. Let's keep going. Let's keep doing this. And that's the way it went for the next 2 or 3 hours. So Sag, I'm not sure whether or not you are new to something and you're a little bit nervous. You don't quite know if it's going to work out, but you're absolutely determined to give it a try. I'm not sure whether or not you're in a turbulent relationship. It may have a few ups and downs, Sag. You guys may need to spend a few days apart now and again, and then you come back together again. You kind of keep going with it. I'm not sure, Sag, whether or not you're starting a business or you're running a business and you're thinking, I don't really know if this is going to work. I don't really know if I'm going to survive doing this, but I'm going to give it my all. And you're just forging forward with this sort of determination to make this work. You know, I'm going to do it. It's going to be fine. I'm not going to think about whether or not it's going to fail. I'm just going to keep going. That's it. So, Saggy, whatever this is, I just got this wonderful, optimistic, let's jump in, let's do this, I can get over the obstacles, it's going to be fine type of energy, which is so you. So you. All right, Saggy. Let's start the reading. Let's start the reading. So the deck that I'm using is the Tarot of Dreams, Ciro Marchetti. Everything you need is down below, Sag. The link to my website if you'd like a private reading. And yes, I'm still running the 30% off 30-minute love readings as a spring promo for those of you who couldn't book with me in Feb. All right. What else to say? The link to join the channel is there too. And let's begin. Let's begin. Archangel Michael, thank you for joining us. This is the reading for my Sagittarians. Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, mid-April 2024. Sag, I don't know why, my stomach's in my throat. Oh, I'm just feeling a little bit nervous. I'm feeling as if, you know, can I do this? Is this going to work out? I don't know. I'm just winging it right now. Yeah, someone here is very, very nervous, but you're absolutely determined, Sag, to push forward. It's as if I'm going to make this work if it kills me. I'm going to make this work, right? I'm going to be all right. It's going to be fine. Okay. Oh, Saggy. Palace of Coins. Are you hoping to get to the point where you're nice and financially stable? This is you hoping to bring in enough financial stability for you to achieve some kind of goal, or for you to feel just as if you don't have to worry in the next few years. All right. Could be financial. Yeah. Palace of Coins. This is the equivalent of you beautifully stable for years to come. You could be saving up for a property. This could be your ideal goal, or you're simply deciding to go for this because if this works out, Sag, it could be incredibly financially lucrative. But there's a sense of, I'm just not sure. You are winging it. So this is you thinking, you know, if I start this business, I hope to goodness I get clients in. Or if I expand this business or keep going with this business, I really, really hope that the economy doesn't change, that I don't have to wrap this up, that I don't have to get another job. I'm just really hoping that this continues to pull in enough to make this worthwhile. Could be. Oh, really, Sag, Ten of Swords. Okay. Okay. I'm getting the energy of this is either going to end with me flat on my face, unable to afford to pay my rent, my mortgage, my taxes, not sure what to do. This is going to end painfully, or I'm going to push through this. I'm getting a sort of, I have no idea which way this is going to go, but I'm determined to forge forward. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, wow, absolutely. This is either going to end painfully, or with a Six of Wands, there's going to be victory and success. You actually don't know. You are completely winging it. It could be, Sag, that you've started a business, or it could be, Sag, you've already started a business, but things are a little bit up and down. You know, 1 month is great. The next month is terrifyingly difficult because the money doesn't come in. I'm getting a sort of yo-yo effect. 1 month, you're sort of breathing a sigh of relief. Oh, great. That's really good. I've got this amount of money in. No problem. And then the next month, you look at your bank account and you nearly pass out with fear. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, right? Yeah, you just don't know. In the past, Sag, Five of Wands. Yeah, you may have gone through a very scary period of time where you may have thought, I can't do this. I've got to wrap this up. I've got to let this go. I've got to do something else. Maybe there were too many competitors doing the same thing, Sag. Or maybe you were fed up of sort of fighting to keep your head above water. After that time, Sag, Three of Wands, yes. This is you in a quiet moment, looking into your future, thinking, either my ship's going to come in, or I'm going to fall flat on my face and have to cope with a very difficult ending. i.e., something's going to go under. And I feel for many of you, this might be a business. You didn't actually know. So this is you sitting there trying to make a decision. Do I hang up my hat now? Do I walk away now? Thinking, well, you know, I've had a good few months or a good few years. I've made a little bit of money. I've got to just appreciate that. Or do I keep going knowing that this could go under any moment? And I think, Sag, it was a difficult decision to make in the immediate past. Could have been a few weeks ago, could have been a few months ago. But I think what you realized was you love what you do, you're good at what you do, and you were determined to keep going with this. Even though it was sort of 50-50, it was very touch and go. And that's still where you are now, Sag. You have no idea if this is going to work out. Is this going to end painfully? Am I going to be victorious? You actually don't know. It could go either way. So you're sitting there feeling a bit nervous. What you're thinking about is, Sag, if the truth were known, I am terrified. I'm having sleepless nights. I keep pushing away thoughts that I'm going to end up homeless, massively in debt, unable to support myself, sitting in the Ten of Swords. It's buried deep down, Sag. You keep pushing that feeling down because you're determined to try and stay optimistic. But you do swing. You do swing. 1 minute waking up thinking, oh yeah, you know what? It's going to be fine. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to manifest success. I'm going to stay optimistic. I'm going to get through this and I'm going to achieve. The next morning waking up thinking, oh my goodness, what happens if this all goes under? What happens if I can't pay my basic bills? What happens if, right? You're very, very nervous and you're on edge. In the immediate future, Sag, Four of Wands. What you're thinking about, Sag, is if I'm able to just keep a roof over my head, that's enough for now. If I can, in the immediate future, pay my mortgage and my rent and basic bills, that's fine. So any thoughts previously, Sag, of trying to save money, affording a lovely holiday, buying a few things that you thought you might like, no, no, no. What you're thinking about is, I've got to be savvy. I have to stamp down on spending money on things I don't really need. I have to just keep focused. As long as I can afford to pay my rent, my mortgage, my taxes and my bills, that's okay. I'm going to accept that for now. That's what you're thinking about. Your stability, Sag, is the only thing on your mind. The roof over your head. The basics, right? What you're fearing, Sag, with the Death card, Scorpio energy, is that this is not going to work. No matter how good you are at what you do, no matter how many hours you put into this, no matter how much you try, it's going to go under. It's going to go under. You're very scared about that. Because if it does, Sag, this is you looking at either starting all over again or shifting your direction into doing something else. And you really don't even want to consider either. I don't want to go back to square one. I've worked way too hard and I don't really want to do anything else because I love what I do. So again, the fear is there. The fear is all around you. I've got to fight off the competition. I really hope this works. It may go under. Sleepless nights, right? As long as I can afford to keep a roof over my head, I'm okay. But oh my goodness, what if it goes under? What if it doesn't work? In the middle of that is this tiny seed of determination. I will get through this. I will be successful. And that is the only thing, Sag, which is driving you forward. In the environment, the Palace of Swords. Whoever is in your environment, Sag, may be saying to you, have you looked at alternatives? Have you thought that there might be something else that you could do which would be less risky? Maybe you should decide to wrap this up now whilst the going's good and look at changing direction. And this is you thinking, absolutely no way, absolutely no way. So whoever you're speaking to, Sag, I don't think they're trying to be negative, but they are definitely someone who is, I'm hearing depressingly realistic. Depressingly realistic. Well, you know, Sag, if things continue to go downhill, or if you don't get enough clients in, or if the economy changes, you could find yourself in a very difficult situation. And this is you thinking, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Because you already know this, Sag. It's as if they're not helping the situation. Yeah, okay, well, don't keep banging on about the fact that I might have to give it all up. Because you're determined not to. But whatever you're doing here, Sag, It is a bit of a struggle. In the past, there may have been pitfalls. You may have thought, oh my gosh, you know, can I survive? Ups and downs, but you're determined to keep going. I'm dealing with somebody who sort of psychologically takes a breather now and again. This is you maybe on your day off looking at this business. Okay, well, what did I actually earn last month? Is there anything I can do to bring in more revenue? Am I doing everything I can in terms of marketing? What's the forecast for the next 2 to 3 months? Sag, you are absolutely not looking at 6 months ahead, 5 years ahead, and you're not doing it because if you did, I think you consider ending this, wrapping up this business, whatever this is for you. And because doing that makes you feel so incredibly upset, you're actually thinking one day at a time. Let's cope with the next couple of months. And when those 2 months are behind you, you're then thinking, okay, let's have a look at the next couple of months. Because looking any further into the future, Sag, fills you with terror. You could go under, you could succeed. You actually don't know. In your hope, Sag, High Priestess, hoping to use your intuition, also hoping to keep your mouth shut, Sag. So if you've got friends around you or family around you, I think you're being overly optimistic. This is your mum or dad saying, how is it going? And how's your business going? And this is you thinking, actually, I have no idea if I can cover my mortgage next month or my rent next month. You're putting a smile on your face and you're saying, yeah, it's absolutely fine. Yeah, no problem. You're keeping quiet, Sag, about the fact that you're actually having sleepless nights. The outcome. 2 of Wands. Saggy, this is you coming to major crossroads. So whatever's going to be happening around about this period of time, you have to make a major decision. Now, it could well be that a wonderful job opportunity comes up, and this is you thinking, all right, I didn't want to give this up, but this job opportunity is going to be far more stable because I'm going to have a company paying me a monthly amount of money. I'm not winging it on my own as, say, an entrepreneur. You're going to be thinking about this. It could be, Sag, that this is you considering a life change. This is you maybe thinking, well, I've reached a point now where I either try to expand this business or I close it down. There's no halfway house. This is you somehow given an opportunity to do that. You're going to be standing at crossroads. So for instance, Sag, this is you thinking, I either plow more money into marketing and really push it. This is you risking some of your savings, Sag. Am I going to put money into a bottomless pit, or would it actually work? Or what you're thinking about is, I could stop now, retain the revenue that I built up so it's safe, and actually move into, for instance, a 9-to-5 job, whatever that is, where it's a little bit more stable. I don't have to worry every month as to whether or not I can afford to keep a roof over my head. Because right now, Sag, it is touch and go. 1 month is great, the following month is awful, and this is you emotionally being thrown from feeling, oh my goodness, yes, it is working, this is great, to, wow, okay, I think I may have to shut this down. And that thud of disappointment. It's an emotional time, Sag. So you're being really optimistic, but you are going to reach crossroads. I'm actually hearing by the beginning of June. Okay, where are we now? Mid-April, okay. So by the beginning of June, Sag, you're going to do a recce. You're going to look at your profit and loss accounts. You're going to think very carefully as to whether or not you plow more time, energy, effort, and finance into this business, or whether or not you call it a day. You don't want to, but you may get to a point, where you don't have a choice. Clarification for you, Saggy. Emperor. So male or female Sag, you're running your own ship, you're an entrepreneur, you're taking charge, but you're very on edge, Sag. You may find yourself stressing about little things. You may find yourself getting teary if Wi-Fi goes down for no reason. You may find yourself snapping at people if they ring you at the wrong time and you're in the middle of a project for a client. You know that underneath the surface, you're sitting in the Nine of Swords. You're very tensed up because you have no idea what's going to happen in the future. And it makes you feel nervous, Sag. Whoever's in the environment, Sag, is telling you what you really don't want to hear, but they're also relaying to you what you already know. This is a bit risky, Sagittarius. Are you sure you want to continue with this? I mean, what if it all goes under? Are you sure you don't want to look for another job? Are you sure you don't want to do something different? It's almost as if what they're saying, Sag, is if it all goes belly up, we can't help you. In the nicest sense, Sag, they may be thinking of themselves, not you. And I guess, you know, if this is somebody who feels as if it does go under, you'd need financial help, they've got a point. This is someone, Sag, who in times of crisis is there for a support for you, but they're getting a bit worried, Sag, that you're kind of sitting on a runaway train, and you don't know, Sag, that if you turn the corner on this runaway train, whether or not you're just going to end up in an abyss, or whether or not the train's going to lead you to success. You really don't know. And so this is someone who is trying to get you to be realistic, but they are looking at things negatively, and they are pretty blunt with it. This is someone who doesn't hold anything back. Ace of Wands. They are suggesting, Sag, that potentially you look at doing something that's a little bit more stable. What they're saying is, Sag, you could have a passionate new start doing something else, something a little bit safer, something that you still enjoy, something you have passion for, rather than continue this. Because they can see, Sag, that it's caused you to feel emotional, because there's a massive sense of feeling unstable. I really don't know if this is going to work. You've gone with it up until this point of time because you've wanted to push forward. You've managed to make ends meet so far, but it is an unknown future. Underneath the deck, Sag, Temperance, yeah. You are desperately trying to keep your cool. Everything's going to be okay. I just need to take it day by day. But underneath that is a heck of a lot of fear. The Moon. So, my beautiful Saggies, let's get into this and see where this goes. Let's move the camera a little bit, Sag. So, Sag, this is you either looking at having to accept defeat, Ten of Swords, or pushing through this, determined that this works out. You don't know, 50-50. Archangel Michael, what is on Sagittarius's mind? Yeah. You're running around, Sag, like a headless chicken, still not knowing if this is going to work or not. You could be trying lots of different avenues. You've just been looking at every single avenue to keep this alive. And it's not easy. 10 of Wands. It's not easy. You are literally living day by day right now. You're literally living day by day. It's as if you're getting up, sticking a smile on your face, you're getting into work, and you're keeping your fingers crossed that each day is going to bring in a little bit more revenue. Faith card. Trying to keep the faith, connecting with your spirituality. And simply going hell for leather, right? Chariot. Yeah. This is you getting on that horse thinking, okay, not quite sure if I can get across that stream, not quite sure if I can jump over that fence, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I'm just going to do it. Oh, Saggy. You're tired, Sag. You're tired. But you're determined to keep going. For now, you're determined to keep going. For some of you, it's because you've put so much time, energy, and effort into this. You can't cope with the thought of just dissolving this. It could be that if you run a company and you've got products, you're thinking, well, what am I going to do with all these products because I can't sell them? So I've just got to keep going and keep my fingers crossed that things are going to work out, because it will be too much for you to give up at this point. In the past, Sag, 5 of Wands, there was this voice inside your head that was saying, Sag, this is risky. Sag, we don't think you should be doing this. Sag, we think you should pull out now. Sag, you may have to accept defeat. And I think you said no to that voice inside your head. No, I'm not going to accept defeat. No way. No way. Right? Yeah. 2 of Swords. No way. Now, Saggy, for some of you, you may simply have been in denial, not even wanting to think about wrapping this up. For others of you, you knew the truth was that this was very risky, but you thought to yourself, I'm going to keep going until I literally cannot keep going, until I don't have enough coming in even to afford to pay my mortgage or my rent. That was your mindset. Strength. You pushed on. You pushed on. Determined. After that time with the 3 of Wands, Sag, it may have got a bit hairy. Right? You may have looked at a massive fence looming up in front of you thinking, how on earth am I going to get over that? But you did it. You did it. This is you battening down the hatches in terms of your spending. This is you maybe taking out a small loan. This is you hanging on to 4 pentacles. But you were determined because what you were thinking about was, if I manage to keep going with this, somehow, some way, there's going to be a breakthrough. I'm going to gain 50 new clients out of thin air. There's going to be a company that's going to want to buy my product, and I'm going to be home free, right? But it was a bit nerve-wracking. It was a bit nerve-wracking. Yes, there was a tower in the immediate past. OMG, right? It could have been a recession. It could be that you suddenly lost a lot of clients. It could be there was a lot of competition. Whatever happened here, it rocked your foundation, and it was scary. It was scary. What you're thinking about now is 9 of Swords. You aren't sleeping that well. You are nervous. You are worried. You're incredibly tired, and you're on edge. But there's this little fighter inside of you, Sag, that does not want to give up, no matter what. And that's what's keeping you going. That's giving you the adrenaline, the fuel to keep marching forward. But you're nervous. 9 of Swords. Looking back. Oh my goodness. Yes. Is this going to work out, or am I just going to have to walk away from this? Yeah. Can I push myself onto a new cycle, keep going, stay optimistic, or should I accept defeat? Six of Coins. At this present time, Sag, you're balanced in terms of your finances. You're not getting to the point where you can't afford to support yourself. But the money that comes in, Sag, goes straight out again. You're not able to save a penny, and you're just about keeping yourself afloat. So Sag, 4 of Wands and the Palace of Swords. This is someone that you don't really want to speak to because you know what they're going to say. They're coming in to say, Sag, they think you should give this up. Difficult message of truth. Why don't you do something else? Your reaction is, it's okay. I'm managing. I'm managing to keep a roof over my head. I'm all right for now. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the 4 of Wands and the Palace of Swords for Sag in the future? Thank you, Michael. 4th of June. Yeah, interesting. June's come through, beginning of June. I'm hearing crunch time. Okay. This is the moment, Sag, where you're either deciding to wrap things up or you're deciding to push forward. This is the time, Sag, where what this person is saying is you could pull out whilst the going's good, whilst you've got a little bit of money in the bank, or you disregard what this person is saying and take a massive leap of faith and keep going. So let's have a look at what this person is saying, Sag. What is the Palace of Swords? What are they saying? Wow, Devil. Okay. Sag, they may be saying to you, look, you're exhausting yourself. It's become unhealthy. You're working 7 days a week. You're not sleeping very well. You can't keep going like this. It's ridiculous. Or they could be cross with you, Sag, because it's as if you don't want to accept the truth. Sag, you're obsessed with keeping going with this, but it's not working, you know? What else are they saying, Sag? The Hermit. This is someone quite wise, Sagittarius. Could be a parent, could be somebody older, could be somebody you look up to as a mentor. What they're saying is, please listen to my advice, please listen to my guidance, because I've been there and done it too. I'm older and wiser. I think you should give this up and consider a 9-to-5 job. Seven of Cups. There are other options out there, Sag. You don't need to continue with this. You'd be very successful in another role. What else are they saying? 8 of Wands. This is someone with a lot to say. I think they are trying to get you to see sense, Sag. They may be saying to you, look, you know, we are only trying to help. They may want to come and see you. What else are they saying? Yeah. Walk away now whilst the going's good. Walk away now. What are you saying to this person, Saggy? 6 of Swords. What you're saying to this person is you have contemplated letting this go, but at this present time, you're okay. It's not great. You're not raking the money in. You don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. But you're trying to remain calm about this. This is you placating this person. Don't worry about me. Don't worry. I know my situation. I'm just taking things a step at a time. I haven't got to the point where I'm in dire straits. All right, anything else? You're also saying to this person, Sag, that you have made money out of this, and the money that you have made, you've put into savings. You've put to one side. So what you're saying to this person is, I have got a safety net. It's not going to get to the point where I am just not able to pay my mortgage or my rent. It hasn't got to that point yet, and I've got savings. So again, what you're saying to this person is, I'm not on the breadline. I feel also, Sag, with the Eight of Swords, if you look at this image, what you're saying is, after all the time and effort, after all the work, I just cannot accept defeat. I just can't let this go. It means too much to me. I've got some wonderful clients. I love what I do, and it would break my heart if I had to shut everything down. You may be saying to this person, Sag, that you've got your thinking cap on. You've been considering ways of marketing your business, bringing in more clients, increasing your revenue, looking at different avenues. You have been thinking. It's not as if you've just sat there and thought, I'm just going to see what happens. You have been trying to rack your brains as to what you can do to improve the situation. Again, what you're saying to this person is, I'm all right for now. I don't want to do anything drastic. Anything else? Yeah. And then in the nicest sense, Sag, what you're going to say to this person is, I appreciate your advice. I appreciate your guidance. But I don't want to talk about this anymore. What is the energy between Sag and whoever this is? Yeah. I think, Sag, this is someone who believes that this is a massive risk and you should back out now. Your state of mind is, even if I have to move from where I am and live in a tiny studio flat with a pull-down bed, I will do it to keep going. I mean, Sag, your determination is unmatched. You're so strong in the belief that this is what you should be doing, this is what you love to do, and people appreciate your work, appreciate your company, whatever you do for a living. It's going to take an absolute disaster for you to give up at this point. So Sag, beginning of June, for whatever reason, you're standing at crossroads. You know the truth. You know this is risky to keep going with this. But it's as if you feel that it would not only be a shame if you let this go at this point, but I don't think, Sag, in the nicest sense, you could cope with a feeling of having failed. There could be a little bit of stubbornness coming in, sure. It could be a little voice in your head is thinking, you know what, maybe you should give up now, but you really don't want to. You really don't want to. So let's see, Sag, what you're going to do. What are you going to do? You're going to work, Sag. You're going to work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You are going to put absolutely everything you can into this, into keeping this afloat. You may be looking at changing a product that you offer to sell. It may be that this is you fine-tuning your business, whether or not you have a display unit, whether or not it's a pop-up shop, whether or not it's a commercial unit, whether or not it's an online business. You're going to be doing some tweaking and fine-tuning. You're going to be looking at marketing strategies that might be free. You may even start touting your business further afield. You may consider, I'm hearing sponsorship. Okay. All right. If previously, Sag, you had one stream of income coming in, or even two, you're going to start developing a third stream of income. A little bit extra coming in. You're going to really think carefully about what that might be, because remember, Sag, you're very tired. I don't think for many of you, you've got a lot of extra time. This is you being savvy. This is you thinking, what could I offer that isn't going to take up too much of my time? Because for many of you, you're working 7 days a week in any case on this. You're considering what people would want to purchase and whether or not that's something that you could create to offer in the next few months. Okay, Sag. Ace of Coins, all right. This is quite drastic, Sag, but remember, you want to hang on to whatever this is. The Ace of Coins can be uprooting and moving. If you know that you're living somewhere that is pretty high in terms of its cost, whether or not you have a mortgage, whether or not you're renting, you may be downsizing so that your basic living expenses are lower, and quite a bit lower. Yeah. Wow. King of Swords. Okay. So you could be getting your property valued, Sag, if you own a property with the view of selling it. You may be speaking to an estate agent about moving to somewhere cheaper if you're renting. You may be looking at when a lease expires. You may be looking at how much your house has gained in equity. Page of Coins. You could be getting somebody on board who wants to learn from you, maybe someone who wants work experience, who doesn't necessarily need to be paid. It could be you want to free up some time, Sag, and it could be in pulling somebody else on board, maybe wrapping up products to sell, to post, or maybe doing your invoicing, whatever this is. This, I think, is you freeing up time so that you can work on really pushing this company, marketing it, advertising it, that sort of thing. Anything else? Magician. Wow. Sag, you're going to move into a very powerful manifestation mode. This is you really believing in the power of positive thinking. You may be creating a mood board relating to expanding your business. You could simply be repeating positive mantras every day. I can do this. I will do this. It's going to be successful. The business is going to flourish. Positive thinking is very important, Sag. And you know what? That wheel is going to move forward. This is a fortunate turn of events, Sag. With everything that you're doing here, your determination to succeed, your drive, your creativity, accepting, Sag, that your living circumstances may need to change. This is you stepping out of any ego and getting real with yourself. I think things are going to begin to pick up. So, Sag, the star. You may not achieve huge financial success, but Sag, you are going to be happy doing what you love, forging forward, and sitting in this beautifully balanced energy. So, yes, it's a risk. Yes, this is you not knowing if this would have worked out, but I think for the majority of you, if you look at various things you can do to help your situation, I feel the divine will do the rest. Under the deck, Sag, Justice. You'll get yourself back into balance. And this is you releasing the fear that this is not going to work out. Because this is you doing everything you can to make it work. Beautiful, Sag. Sag is a strong reading for you. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you for bearing with me. It's been a long one. Let me know in the comments if this is your story. Take care of you, sending love and light your way, and many blessings. Bye, Sag.